Fala galera, boa noite, tudo bem? Mano, eu tô com fone, mas não faz sentido. Ó, hoje o vídeo vai ser o seguinte: eu pensei no negócio. Não sei se vai ser interessante pra vocês, mas vai ser muito interessante pra mim. Eu vou ler 10 páginas de um livro, tá? Vou tentar a ler palavras que eu não conhecer, vou jogar no tradutor aqui pra ir pegando o contexto. Porque eu já tentei a ler a primeira página e eu vi que eu não conheço bastante palavras. Mas aí tenho 10, eu tenho que ler 10 páginas, beleza? O livro é O Exorcista, do William Peter Blatt. Ok? Tá em inglês. Peguei no sebo e não sei se vai ser interessante pra vocês, mas pra mim vai. Então, pera aí, deixa eu só arrastar um pouquinho o microfone, que aí eu falo um pouquinho de lado assim, tá ligado? Mas enfim, bora que bora. Deixa eu achar a primeira página. Então tem que ler 10 páginas, hein? Eu não quero ler prólogo, não. Quero ler capítulo. Like the brief dumb flare of exploding suns that register dealing aqui é isso, gente. On blind man eyes, the beginning of the hour pass almost unnoticed. Is the shriek of what should follow, in fact, was forgotten, perhaps not connected to the oral. At all, it was difficult to judge. The house was rental, rotting, tie, a brick colonial grip by Eve in the Georgetown section of Washington, D.C. Across the street was a fringe of campus belonging to Georgetown University. To the rear, a sheer embankment plummeting step to Busey Street and beyond the mud Potomac, early on. Mano, eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu não vou ficar parando pra ver tradução, tá? Vou tentar prosseguir as 10 páginas e depois no final eu vou falar com vocês se eu entendi o contexto, pelo menos, beleza? Então vamos lá. A primeira página já foi, tá? Isso aqui. É porque é metade da página. Mas enfim, bora. The morning of April 1, the house was quiet. Chris McNeil was propped in bed, gone over her lines for the next day's filming. Regan, her daughter, was asleep down the hall, and asleep downstairs in a room of the pantry were the middle-aged housekeepers, Wiley and Carl. At approximately 12:26, 12:24, 12:25 a.m., Chris glanced from her script with a frown of puzzlement. She heard rapping sounds, very odd, muffled, profound, rhythmically clustery, alien code tape out by a dead man. Fun. She listening for a moment, then dismissed it, but as the rappings persisted, she could not concentrate. She slapped down the script on the bed. Jesus, that bugs me. She got up to investigate. She went out to the hallway and looked around. It seemed to be come from Regan's bedroom. What is she doing? What's she doing? She paid down the how, and the wrappings grew suddenly louder, mud faster, and she pushed on the door and stepped into the room. They abruptly ceased. What the heck going on? Her pretty 11 years old was asleep, cuddled tied to a large stuffed round-eyed panda, Pookie, fed from years of smothering, years of smacking warm, wet kisses. Chris moved softly to her bedside and leaned over for a whisper. Rags, you awake? Regular breath, half deep. Chris shifted her glance around the room. Dim light from the hall fell pale and sprinkled on Regan paints, on Regan sculptures, on more stuffed animals. Okay, Rex, out mother, as in dragon, say it April Fool. April Fool eu sei que é. April Fool é. Quando é 1º de abril, tá ligado? Ah, tô zoando, 1º de abril, papel. And yet, Chris now. It wasn't like her. The shield had a shy and very diffident nature. Then who was the trickster? A somnolent might imposing order on the rattlings of hating pipes or plumbing. Once, in the mountains of Bhutan, she had stared for hours at a Buddhist monk, monge Buddhist, who was squatting on the ground in meditation. Finally, she thought she had seen him lay dead. Perhaps recount the story to someone she invariably ate perhaps, and perhaps her mind, that untiring recounter of illusion, had embellished the wrappings. Bullshit, I heard it. Abruptly, she flicked a quick glance to the ceiling, their fading scratchings. Rats in the attic, for Pete's sake, rats. She sighed that big tails. Thump, thump. She felt oddly relieved, and then outside the cold, the room, it was ice. She paid to the window, checked it closed. She thought the radiator hot. Oh, really? Puzzled, she moved to the bedside and put her hand to Regan's cheek. It was smooth and taut, and lightly perspiring. I must be sick. She looked at her daughter, at the turning up nose and freckly face, and on a quick, warm impulse, leaning over the bed and kissed her cheek. I sure do love you, she whispered, then returned to her room and her bed and her script. For a while, Chris studied. The film was a musical comedy remake of Miss Smith Goes to Washington. A subplot had been added dealing with campus insurrections. Chris was staring. She played a psychology teacher who sided with the rebels, and she hated it. It's dumb, The scent is absolute that her mind, though undoubtedly never mistook slogan for true, and like a curious blue jay she wooed back relentlessly through verbiage to find a glistening hidden fact. And so the rebecca's to her was dumb. It didn't make sense. How come? She now wondering generation gap. That's a crock. I'm 32. I'm just plain dumb. Very well. Very well. It's cooey. One more week. They completed their iteration in Hollywood. All that remained were a few exterior scenes on the campus of Georgetown University. Starting tomorrow, it was Easter vacation and the students were away. She was getting drowsy, heavy lids. She turned to a page that was curious rigid. Bemused, she smiled. Her English director, when especially tense, he would tear with quivering, fluttering hands a narrow strip from the edge of the hand's page and then to end by end until was all in about his mouth. Derberg. She yawned, then glanced fondly at the side of her script. The pages looked gnawed. She remembered the hat. The little bastard sure got written. She made a mental not to have Carl set traps for them in the morning. Fingers relaxing, scribbling slipped loose. She let him drop. Dumb. It's dumb. A fumbling hand groping out to the light switch there. She sighed. For a time she was motionless, almost asleep, and then quick off her cover with a lace lag. Too freaking hot. A mist of the clung soft and gentle to the window panes. Chris slept, and dreaming about that in the staggering particular, that as if that were still never yet heard. After a while something was ringing. She gasping, dissolving, slipping off into void, thinking over and over, I'm not going to be, I will die, I won't be, and forever and ever, oh papa, don't let them, oh don't let them do it, don't let me be nothing forever and nothing. Unraveling, ringing, the ringing, the phone. She leaped up with her heart pounding, hand to the phone, and no weight is her stomach. A car with no wave, and her telephone ringing. She answered the assistant director. In makeup at 6, honey. Right? How you feeling? If you go to the bathroom, it doesn't burn. Then I figure I'm had. He chuckled. I'll see you. Right? And thanks. She hung up, and for moments sat motionless, thinking of the dream, a dream more like though in the half-life of walking. That terrible clarity, gleam of the school, no being, irreversible. She could not imagine it. God, I can't be. She considered and at last bowed her head. Buddies. She went to the bathroom, put on a robe, and padded quickly down to the kitchen. down to life and sputtering bacon. Ah, good morning, Mrs. McNeil. Gray, dropping, Willie squeezy orange. Blue sacks beneath her eyes, a trace of accent Swiss like curl. She whipped her hands on a paper towel and started moving toward the stove. I'll get it. While Chris Sensitive had seen her wear look and was wild, now grounded in it. Tá. Eu li. Não vou ler 10 páginas, não. Eu li 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Li 5 páginas, tá? E o que eu entendi, o que eu absorvi do livro, lendo 5 páginas. Mano, não entendi nada. Não entendi absolutamente nada. Quando eu falo nada, eu tô falando do contexto, tá? Não entendi contexto nenhum. Eu entendi, lógico, algumas frases, eu entendi, lógico, que várias palavras, várias frases, lógico que eu entendi. Só que contexto, eu não entendi. Mesmo entendendo muita parte de vocabulário, esse livro tem muito mais vocabulário do que o vocabulário que eu aprendi. Entendeu? É um vocabulário mais antigo, talvez, não sei. Mas ele tem os vocabulários mais difíceis. E eu não entendi, não consegui entender a peça-chave ali, não consegui entender o contexto das páginas, tá bom? Então, esse livro vai ficar pro final do ano. Enquanto isso, eu vou ter que ir lendo outros livros mais no meu nível para absorvendo mais vocabulário, lendo livros e absorver mais vocabulários para começar a entender esse tipo de livro. E aí sim, velho, depois que eu tiver nesse nível, mano, eu chegando nesse nível aqui de conhecimento, cara, de conhecimento que eu tô falando, tipo assim, de ler as páginas e entender, mano, eu vou estar em outro nível. Então eu preciso de vocabulário, ok? Já sabemos já sabemos.